Hello and welcome to HyperDog Digital. This is Scott. Today we're going to take a look at the Lenovo Miix 510. I've got it already unboxed right here in front of me, and just right here is the charger. Nothing too special about it. Put that aside for now. And here's the device itself. It does come with this nifty little carrying pouch. We'll put that aside as well. And here's the device itself, and as you can probably already guess, it is Lenovo's answer to the Microsoft Surface. It's got the same kind of setup for the keyboard, and then it's got the kickstand here on the back as well. Now I do like the hinge on these. Lenovo has done a really good job with using these watch band hinges on a lot of their 2-in-1s, and it works really well here as well. It looks really good, and just really allows you to put this in pretty much any position you could possibly think of here. So, and it stays pretty good wherever you put it. But took the keyboard off, that is. So, stays really good. Let's just take a look at some of the rest of the ports on here. You do have a USB Type-C here, and there's just a regular USB port, and this is the power port and the speaker. On the other side you have your power button, volume rocker, headphone jack, and another speaker, and that is it. You have a camera on the back, and there's a camera on the front as well. Right there. And of course the keyboard is detachable, magnetic, so it just should, there you go, pop right on there. Of course we can slide the keyboard out, or kickstand, and the keyboard will also go up, magnetized to the front of the screen there. Now the only thing I do like this keyboard, I'm not a big keyboard snob. As long as it's a standard keyboard, I can pretty much type on anything. The one thing I don't like about this, and it is a problem I have with some of the Surfaces as well, is when it is up in this kind of kickstand kind of format, it's a little hard to hit some of these buttons down here, and maybe it's just because I got big old fat fingers, but sometimes that does give me problems. But that is the basics of it. The keyboard does have a backlit keyboard on it, which is nice. I do like that. The weight is not too bad. It is about 2 to 3 pounds with the keyboard, a little under 2 pounds without the keyboard itself. It comes with Windows 10, and you do have a choice of processors with these. You can get the 7th gen Core i3 or 6th gen Core i5. Now the graphics card for this is up to an HD Graphics 620, which isn't particularly impressive. It will do plenty of the stuff you need it to do, but I wouldn't recommend trying to play any high performance games on it. You're gonna have some issues for sure. The front camera is a 2 megapixel fixed focus, while the rear is a 5 megapixel autofocus with a dual array microphone. It does have a 12.2 inch fully high definition IPS LED screen, which will get you up to 1920 by 1200 resolution. There is a pen that comes with this, but it is the Lenovo Active Pen, and it is sold separately, but you can get an active pen with this as well. Unfortunately, it did not come with a demo model, so I was not able to test that out. Again, the ports on it is one USB Type-C, one USB Type-A, audio jack, and there is a model that does have an SD card reader on it. This particular model unfortunately does not, and it's one of the things that I was really disappointed in. Me personally, I use SD cards for a lot of things. I know the cloud is the big answer to that, but I still fall back on that SD card a lot. So for this not to have it is a little bit of a disappointment for me. Now, this is the Miix 510, which is still available from Lenovo, but in some of the recent shows, CES and Mobile World Conference, they have announced two new versions of the Miix, the 320 and the 720, which undoubtedly will replace this guy. But this guy is available right now, and it is a really good machine. I didn't have any problems performance-wise. For what I was looking to do with it, you know, just general stuff, doing work, taking it to work, using it for taking notes, using Office, playing Minecraft, which no, I did not do at work, but as far as you know, everything ran great, ran fine. I didn't have any problems with it. It's a decent weight. Like I said, it's about 2 to 3 pounds. So if you do use it as a tablet, it does tend to get a little bit heavy depending on which way you're holding it and for how long you're holding it. But other than that, I mean, it is very compact, and I of course, if you've seen any of my videos, you know how much I enjoy the smaller, compact devices over the bigger, bulkier ones. While they do serve their purpose, I just don't like carrying around big, heavy stuff. Now the prices on these start at about $5.99. But I imagine that once the 320 and 720s come out, you might see a little bit of a drop on some of these prices. But we'll have to wait and see how that comes. Now that's it. That's the Lenovo Miix 510. It does come with Windows 10. And I'm not going to go into the software, of course, because you know, that's pretty standard. But like I said, it worked really well. It is a nice alternative to the Microsoft Surface or any of those similar type devices. It might not be you know, a great gaming system, but for productivity, it's going to definitely do its job for you. If you're not one to like these keyboards, you know, that might cause a problem for you. But I didn't have a problem with it. The only time it did become an issue with me with the keyboard was when I tried to use it on my lap, like you would a normal laptop. That I did have some problems with that. But other than that, you know, it worked great. I had no problems. Trackpad, you know, worked as normal. Connecting through Wi-Fi was fine. Battery life lasted me a good solid day of normal use. Screen looks good. Other than that, that's about it. So if you're looking for something that's on the same level as the Surface or the same kind of build, this is definitely something for you to take a look at. There are a few different versions you can get of it. So if you're you know, looking for something with a little more RAM or whatever, then that's certainly out there and available. So make sure you get the one that's going to fit what you're looking for. That is about it. Thanks again for joining us here at Hyperdog Digital, and we'll see you again next time.